Hello there, this is Ben Schuyler, General Manager and Broker in charge of Seabrook Island Real Estate. Hope everyone is doing well today. Before I get into the numbers today, just wanted to go over a couple of things. First is the mayor, Mayor Bruce, has a great idea, and you're going to start seeing several of the entities on Seabrook Island, the clubs, Sapoa, real estate, put this message out there. So I wanted to do my part and kind of share this message kind of as a public service announcement, if you will. So Charleston County, for the past really just over 20 years, has had a transportation sales tax referendum. So every time you purchase something, it's a very small piece of that goes into this bucket of funds used for transportation around Charleston County. So since 2004, I believe, they have collected about 4.5 billion with a B dollars, and Seabrook has never received any of those funds. Which is not unusual. None of the barrier islands, quite frankly, have received any of those funds. So the purpose of me saying this is, as you may be aware, Seabrook Island Road is low in a few different areas around the loop and on out of the island. And it's critically important that Seabrook Island Road be raised in several locations, so the entire road is above sea level. So this is something that is going to have to be addressed at a certain point, and so the referendum lists certain projects that are going to be included and are not going to be included. So obviously, the town doing what they do, they requested Seabrook Island Road be on the upcoming list of targeted projects, and we were not included on that. So there is a process involved where if enough people request that their project get on the list, then there's a slight chance that they'll actually listen to the people in that community and add it to the list. So here is the request. There is a link that you are going to see in several different e-blasts coming out this week and next and the week after that. And it's a very simple ask. All you need to do is click on that link and request that Seabrook Island Road project be added to their upcoming list of projects. We are paying every time you buy something. There's a sales tax. You're paying for these funds to be used in a meaningful manner in the county. And so it's really important that you take 5 minutes and you click on the link and you request that Seabrook Island Road be added to that list. Very simple. The communications that are going to be following are going to walk you through specifically how to do that. And just take the 5 minutes and do that. The mayor has a goal of at least 500 people to go in and make this request. So I want to do our parts. I'm going to do mine today and make that request. So any questions whatsoever, feel free to reach out and I'll walk you right on through it. Heck, you can even walk on into the office and we'll pull it up right on my computer here and do it. Literally, it just takes a couple of minutes. It's a little copy and paste. And so it really is important to have that road be above sea level. I'm sure several of you remember the last nor'easter that came through here a few years back, and flooding in a couple areas is not ideal. So we need to take care of that. So, and this is our way of trying to do that. We also have before getting into the numbers, a couple events that are coming up that I wanted to make everyone aware of. First is we have the Treasures of Seabrook Island that will be taking place at the living room gallery. You walk into our office and you walk right into the living room gallery. And at the end of the month, the current paintings and art on the wall will be coming down. and the artists will be bringing in their the piece that they will be entering into the contest called the Treasures of Seabrook Island. Local artists. It really is a great event. It's been going on for a while, but it's the first year that it's at our living room gallery, so very excited. Michael and his team over at the Seabrook Island Artists Guild will be handling the entire thing. And as always, they just do a remarkable job, attention to detail. It's really going to be pretty special. So starting in April 1st, you literally will walk into our office, right into the lobby, and you'll see all of the entries, all the paintings and art that are going to be in the competition. And there's a voting process. There's a few awards that will be given out at the end. More details to follow on that. However, really hope that everyone can come in and support local artists and support the community. Speaking of art, on April 4th, the Sea Island Chamber, they always do an annual Sea Island art show. And they're once again going to be doing their annual art show, and it's going to be on our lawn. And they're going to be set up there. I went last year, and I was really surprised just the level of talent that the artists have around here. And so please come and support. Nothing better than surprising your spouse with a Easter present, because it's that same very weekend. So April 4th. Please come and enjoy the art. Okay, let's now dive into stats. Who doesn't love starting their day off with stats? All right, so we have 2 full months of data that's from Seabrook Island sales island-wide, and so I'm going to walk through those from February. So I'm going to break it up into single family detached and then villas. So let's start with the homes, single family detached first. So in February, there were 9 new homes that were listed. This is actually a 55% decline in the number of new listings from the year prior in February. So I thought that was very interesting, and it makes sense. We felt that in February. It's absolutely had an uptick already in March, I can assure you. However, something to pay attention to there. As far as closed sales for homes go, the previous year in February, there were 4. This year in February, there were 5 closed home sales. So that's a 25% increase there. Not a lot of data there. So, 25% sounds a little higher than it is. It's just one extra closing there. As far as median sales price goes, this February, $1,395,000. Compare that to the year before of $1,332,500, and so that's a 4.7% increase in the median sales price number there. As far as average goes, we're a little higher, and that's kind of typical. In February, we had this is island-wide as far as homes go, $1,449,000, and that was actually an 8.4% increase. As far as percent of original list price received, in 2025, in February, it was 96.4%. That number has actually slid a little bit down to this February, 94.1%. So that's a 2.4% decrease right there. Also something to pay attention to. So those 5 closed sales, they came off just a couple percent more, and that gave those numbers, which is interesting because then you come to the days on the market until sale. So year to date, so the 2 months combined for homes, the days on the market is 69. So January actually had a longer days on the market till sale. In February, the number was actually 16. So that's promising. Compare that to the year before of 55 in February. That's a 70.9% decrease. Now, It's one of those things where if you price it right in this market and give it the amount of exposure and do target marketing to people who are most likely to purchase that property, you put yourself in a position to stand out and be one of those closed sales. As far as the villa market in February, this February, there were 10 new villas that hit the market, new listings. Compare that to the year before in February for villas island-wide, the number was 12. That's a 16.7% decrease. We're only talking two, though, when you're dealing with the numbers of data here. Then when we look at closed sales, this is interesting. For villas island-wide, we had 11. The year before in February, there were 4. That's a big increase, 175% increase right there. Median sales price, that trend is continuing. The number is $655,000 for the villas, and in February, compare that to the year before of $567,000. So that's a 15.4% increase, and we're talking about median sales price. When we look at the average sales price, when we're looking at February, the number was $663,000, just over actually. Compare that to the year before, the average was actually $745,000. So that actually is a slight decrease, going the other way of 11%. So some interesting, some data there. It is imperative that you speak with a Seabrook Island specialist, a Seabrook Island real estate agent who can navigate and walk through specifically where your unit should be priced to sell, to be one of those 11 in that month to sell. Days on the market for villas island-wide was 78 days before selling. And then that actually was an increase of 47%, because in February, the year before, the number was 53. So as always, we are here. We are ready to answer and field all of your questions. Please do not hesitate to give us a call, to walk on in. We have some great events coming up, as I just mentioned. Be sure to stop it and check out the treasures of Seabrook Island. Be sure to come and stop and see the Sea Island's 16th annual event on our lawn on April 4th. And we're here to service all of your real estate needs. So thank you very much.